All right, YouTube. I thought I'd pick you guys up super quick here and just show you guys a little bit of what we got on the go here preparing for next winter. So as you guys know, this is my new HQ. This is the Dr. Snow Removal headquarters for the time being. Of course, we got a couple of our trailers here. You can't never have too many trailers. Super beneficial thing to have laying around. You never know, when you can rent them out or have a job for them. So they're great. Of course, we got our zero turn as we've discussed previously. We have been mowing. Now, over here, one of the first things that we are doing to address one of our larger operational issues, which was operator preparation. So, of course, the organization that comes with the paperwork and all that stuff is going to assist, but we also have a very nifty little practice course here set up in our parking lot. Now, in the winter, this will be where all the tractors line up to park. However, in the time being, it's a little bit messy because the guys do tend to hit it, which is all part of learning. But we have set up this practice course for our staff to be able to really comprehend what it feels like to back into a driveway with one of these machines and try to get as close as they can to all corners. Now, these are actually exact measurements of the driveways that we will be servicing in this coming winter season. I actually went out, took the time, took some measurements, and staked them all up exactly as if a driveway would. And then one of these half moon driveways, we do tend to get some of these. So we'll actually pull our vehicles in here and make little obstacles for them. Now, to start them off, of course, they go around and do this with just the tractor. Once they get perfected on that, then we add the snowblower. Now, we have people coming in all throughout the summer to train on this course, about an hour a week. So by the time the snow season comes around, they'll probably have more time practicing than they actually will have operating. So I think that is something super beneficial if you were in the industry to get involved in, especially where your operations side of things, your staff are constantly changing every season. It's important that whoever you do have is prepared. Now, if we do roll up inside here, you're going to notice that we've kind of got like a little production chain on the go. For improvements. So one of the first things we've done to these snow blowers right off the bat, and that goes for every piece of equipment in here, is we've taken off this cover, taken apart the chute, and it's hard to tell, but it's actually all black and smooth. And we wire wheeled them all down, got rid of all the rust that we could find on these blowers. And then added some black rust coat to them. So the accenting looks very sharp. I think this piece, that piece, and the inside of the chute was all green before. Now they're black. I think it really accents the tractor very well. So we get brownie points for style. It looks super cool. But the main reason why we have done this is because, for those of you who are not aware, we get a lot of wet snow here, and wet snow is very easy to clog up a snowblower, especially when an operator is inexperienced at operating. And the number one reason that it's going to clog is actually if you rub your hand along the chute, if it feels very rusty or grainy or sandy, that is not good for shooting snow out. You want it to be as smooth as possible to prevent that clogging. So we went through the time to make sure these are baby butt smooth, and they should be able to produce snow removal at a much better consistency. Now, of course, we're going to train our operators differently to operate the tractors under certain RPMs and under certain snow conditions differently. So before each storm, we're going to have a little meeting, and we will go over what the texture of the snow means for how they're expected to operate the snow blowers. So that is the first thing that we started out by doing. The next was adding this ice pick. So when they do clog, another little area which we were lacking in operational wise last season was we couldn't afford really to get too many of these shovels. So now we're getting these shovels. You can get them at Princess Auto. They fit perfectly inside the chute. You're able to get enough leverage to unclog the snowblower, and they're metal. They don't bend. We've tried plastic ones. They snap in half. Don't waste your time. And then we just took a drill bit, drilled through it. I had my metal fab guy, Ben, create these little posts, and then we just drilled a hole through the end of them. They're about 3 inches long, and then you can just, clip them in, take them off. So it's a super easy way to carry an ice pick with you. It gets rid of the clutter inside the cab, and you're able to have an alternative, so you can hop out of your tractor, grab this pick, boom, 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 declog it, pop it back on, pop it back on, and hit the road again. The second thing we've been adding is rookie rods. We are tired of damages. So we're putting some rookie rods on all the snow blowers. This should allow the more rookie of operators to be able to see the back end of their snow blower and look down, see that, and be able to get nice and close to as many things as physically possible. Now, the other thing that we have been doing is this piece right here. Now, this block on the 3-point hitch originally was rotated the other way, meaning that when the tractor would go over a bump, the 3-point was kind of locked. So if your driveway went up like this, once the tractor got to the flat part on the road, the ass end of that snowblower would pop up with it, leaving about 3 feet of snow that we just couldn't quite scrape to the ground with, and that caused a lot of complaints. So we've addressed this by adding basically a float on our 3-point hitch, so you can kind of see it there. The theory is that when we go over a hill, it will go up and down without needing to adjust the snowblower, giving us that enough wiggle room that we can kind of deal with some of that curvature that we face in driveways. Now, the other mod that we have been adding to all of our tractors is a front toolbox. So they sit right on the front ballast. This is also something that I neglected last season. We're adding weights to all of our tractors. Now we are also adding these toolboxes. They're able to unclip on the front. So before a storm, they can unclip it. They're gonna head over there to our tool room, which we are building. Our mechanic will set them up with everything they need for that storm, log it all out under their name so we know where it's at, and they can clip it on the front of their tractor. It is mounted to the holes right there, and it is sturdy. So that is another super beneficial thing, as we were carrying shear bolts and random adjustable wrenches in the cup holders last season. And the last mod that we will be adding to these tractors, for the time being at least, is we've created these little fuel cells. So just a couple pieces of metal welded together. We measured them out and popped them right there on the loader mounts. Added a bungee to the top, and it is sturdy, guys. That is solid metal. And it holds 20 liters of extra diesel. Now, last season, especially in these smaller units, we noticed that around halfway through the shift, they needed a full tank again. And that is our alternative. So instead of wasting our time, or my time as an owner, driving around, filling up all of my tractors on the road, or making them drive an unnecessarily far distance off of the route to get some more diesel, we're gonna have them set up with their own fuel cell, so that way they can consistently and every single time finish the route. And it should never, ever be used. It should be, we should be good to do our route one time with one tank, but this is for the worst case scenarios. So as you can see, this one is still under development, I guess. We have these spots grinded off to put on the shovel mounts. This one already is painted black. We did go through that effort, so all of that has been done on every snowblower. And so, yeah, we still got to add the ice pick on that one. We do have the fuel cell mount right here. We just got to pick up the jerry can for that one. And then we also have the toolbox installed right there. So these are getting close to prepared. We have done the same thing to all of our other snow blowers as well. So as you can see, we got the black, everything has been nice, grinded down, rust has been removed, and the chutes have been smoothed out. We also took the time to look over every bolt, every nook and cranny of these blowers and make sure that everything is looking tip top. We did notice something. We are very grateful that they did not break on the last snowfall last season, but we only had one of these bolts holding on this entire chute. The rest of them must have sheared off, or somebody with half a brain came in and took them off. So we fixed all that. Everything is looking good to go on the Norman front. Hydraulic levels, everything looks perfect. And of course, we still need to add our shovel mount, and then we're going to add fuel cells as well to the M6 and the M5, which is still out on rent. So you can see right there, we have another one of those boxes created. The concept being essentially that we're going to weld on to the bottom. There's a big metal bar that holds on this toolbox, weld it on, shoot straight up, and then have it sitting right here so the tire, when it turns, doesn't hit it. And it will be a little bit more difficult to access. You can step up on the stair and get it, but we're gonna have two. So we're actually gonna have 40 liters of diesel for these big ones. And again, these big ones hardly ever run out of diesel, so that is just a precautionary measure that we're taking. And then again, more fuel related issues that we had. We decided to load up the back of the company truck here with a 250 liter fuel cell. Now this fuel cell works perfect. We just got to get a battery for it. And That should essentially mean, guys, that it is going to have to be one hell of a snowstorm for us to ever run out of diesel for any stupid reason. Now, to address the cutting edge issues, we have decided to run Hevia cutting edges. So we placed our order with Hevia. All these snowblowers will be getting nice brand new Hevia cutting edges, as well as accumulators for the back of the snowblowers. So everything is coming along nicely. We're making a lot of progress. I feel like our equipment side of things, we got the ball rolling for sure. We're about a couple weeks away from seeing our fleet looking ready. And now the other thing which we'll be upgrading, which I've discussed previously, is the lighting. So these two 4 Series right here will be getting an upgrade. They're gonna have a huge LED light bar right across the front and another huge one right across the back. And that will go for both of those tractors. And we're gonna do a similar thing to the M6 along with a lot of other things, obviously. We're gonna be installing a new roof on the M6 as I had a very stupid operator rip the roof off. I don't know how you can be that way. But yeah, we're gonna get a new roof for that. We're gonna put a light bar and a light bar on the back. And then of course, we're gonna add front ballast. We're gonna add loaded front tires. We're gonna add front fender flares, extended rear fender flares, and then all the other mods which every tractor is gonna be getting as well. So, you know, we're making leadway. We're still deciding what we wanna do with our 2 John Deere 6110Rs. It's really a coin toss if I decide to invest in them and get them upgraded to Nokian snow tires and start modifying them the same way I have the other ones. But for the time being, they're just kind of sitting ducks. We're still trying to decide if we want to work with John Deere or Kubota in the long run. So I just thought I'd pick you guys up, fill you guys in on what we're kind of working with and the mods that we're making to our equipment to make our operational aspect of the business run a lot more smoothly. And of course, do not forget the most important change, which we will be implementing this season, and I'm very thankful and grateful that I'll be able to operate with it, is FoloSoft. So this mount right here is going to hold a software that we've never used before and will make our operations impeccable. So I believe we are starting to make serious progress on what I like to call the mass production of residential snow removal. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. You know, I'm editing a Mo video right now. I wanted to put it out, but there's a lot more editing than I thought. And yeah, so I'm editing that video. It should be out soon. I just wanted to pick you guys up a little bit slow here in the shop. It's too hot to be mowing. And yeah, I'm gonna get back to working on the equipment. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for all the support. I really do appreciate it, and I'm very grateful to be in this position. So, you know, if you don't like and subscribe already, please like and subscribe. I'm a 21-year-old entrepreneur who loves heavy equipment. And this winter, I did hire a videographer, and we will be producing YouTube videos at a much more consistent level. Every snowstorm, I want videotaped, edited, and produced. So thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it, and have yourself a fantastic rest of the day.